Hey everyone, this SwarmHR help video is going to talk about how to claim expenses. So in order to do that, let's go under User Access tab and click on Claim Expenses. So first, let's click on New Expense. And as you can see, you have the bill date, let's say July 30th. Type, we can keep it as food. The cost, let's say $20. And for description, we can put lunch. And then we have attachment. And just click on the folder icon. And here we also need to attach a receipt. And we hit save.
If you have another expense from the same day, you can also create another new expense and mark it as the same day and make it a food as well. And then give it a price. And then give it a description. And then add the attachment of the receipt. Again, we don't have an actual receipt to put here, so we're just putting any kind of image. But just to remember, it only accepts specific image types like PNG, JPEG, PDF, what's listed right there in this notes section. Otherwise, it won't work. But since we have attached an image of what's supposed to be our receipt, we can then save it again. And say if the two expenses we just claimed are on the same day, or for the same event, what we can do is we can merge them. See, the merge button is right here. So if you hit merge, the two expenses can be claimed together as one expense. And when you open up the details, you can see that there are two expenses for this claim. You can also lodge multiple expenses in the same claim. So if we set the date and we set the type and set the price, and add the receipt, we can also add another expense that might have to do with the same thing. So we'll select the same date and go with food. And we can be like, okay, it was like $10 to eat breakfast there. So we can write breakfast. And I'll include it in the same claim.
And we hit save. There you have it, in the same category. And now we can click on View Bill. But for first, let's click on View Details. So you can see you have description lunch, and the attachment PDF, dinner, and also the attachment PDF. Then you could do either save, or you can hit the trash icon to get rid of it. And if you want, you could choose another file if you want to update more, because here it's just editing. If you want to change any information or add a new picture, you can do it like so. And the file will also replace the old attachment, attaching any new file.
So this is mostly just an editing feature. It will rewrite everything you previously did. So if you just don't like the way you lodge your expenses here, you can always trash it and just create a new expense. Or if you accidentally attach the wrong receipt, you can just fix it by changing the attachment.
Okay, and now we click on View Bill. This is just to view your expense bill in a PDF format. So here, as you can see over here, it's literally the same thing, except it's just in PDF format. And we also have the picture down here, or as we can say, aka the receipt. And then third, we have delete expense, which is if you don't want to, just choose which one you want to delete and hit the option yes, delete, or no. And last, we have submit expense. And if you're happy about the expense. So here we just choose the date and the max date, the name of the project, and we make some notes. Like this was from the California Business conference last week, and then we hit submit. So if we go into submitted claims, we should be able to see that option. So, as you can see, number 9, July 30, 2019. That's what we did. Here's our option, and if we want, we can view the details. Just again, just list out whatever you did. And we can also copy the expense. So again, that's just to make copies, add some attachments if you want, and again, view bill. Here, as usual, we have the bill, and below it, the type, we have travel food, California breakfast, and then the amount. And below it, we should have the receipt. Well, 2 of them actually, for each.
This is the end of the user portion. This is where you'd wait for your manager to approve your claim or reject your claim. So just real quick, for the people who have manager access, we're just going to show you really quickly how to approve submitted claims from your employees. So the thing we're going to do is we're going to close user access and we're going to open up manager access, where there's a button that says approve expenses. So we're going to go to this page. And here you can see a long list of pending claims that are waiting to be either approved or rejected. So we can see from looking at today's date for this video, we can view the bill that was submitted that's pending our approval or rejection. And as you can see the type, the date, the details, the amount. You should see both receipts right here, though we don't have receipt images to put up. And you should see who was submitted and approved by, along with the rest of the details. So now that we see this, we have a bunch of options. We can view the details of the expense submitted. Here we can look at the data, edit any of that, add an attachment by overwriting the old one, and we can save our changes or trash the expenses. Another thing we can do is we can approve or reject or view the history of said expense. So if you hit view history, you can look at the approved history. If you look down, you can just see the expenses that have been asked, what has been approved, and what is still being processed. And then we can look at the expense and we can either choose to approve or reject it.
So now we hit approve. So once you do that, you should go to the option approved claim, And if you scroll down and go all the way to July 30, 2019, or go to the search bar and just search for that. Here it is. Again, apologies. Sometimes it may be a little out of order, but I'm sure you can figure that out. And again, we can view the receipt and the information above it. Then we can mark as proceeded. Processed.
Lastly, we can look at the information for the bill. So you can see the activity details, what time this activity was happening, and who performed each of the steps as they go through. Usually the performed data will be done by different people, but as this is a super admin account, it is done all by the same person. So here you can see approved claims. If you wanted to see rejected claims, you can see them right here. And you can just view what they were and also look at the information related to them. That should be it for this video. I hope you learned a lot. You can always email us. Our email address will be in the description below. If you have any kind of question at all, thank you for watching.